What's good, everybody? Should be a good show. It won't be long. It will not be long today. But welcome to the Traveling Heartbeats Cruise Show. I'm your host, CJ, one half of the Traveling Heartbeats. Dee Dee is not here at the moment. She's off getting pampered while I'm at home talking to y'all. I appreciate everybody watching this morning. And we're going to talk about some cruise news. As y'all know, and as I love to say, I am not the cruise news person. There are other people on YouTube for that. I just react to the cruise news. Now, I guess the topic of discussion is, could segregated cruises be a thing? Now, I think this is a very interesting caveat when it comes to the whole cruise life, cruise world situation when it comes from starting cruises out of the U.S. Now, cruises in the Bahamas have started today. Well, they will start today at 9:00. They will start today. The Celebrity Millennium has went on their first voyage. And as everybody has known, if you're living under a rock, the Celebrity Voyage is the Celebrity Millennium, 2 people have tested positive on there. They were asymptomatic. Protocols were followed, blasey, splee. But the media is going to take that situation and run with it. Now, how I look at that situation is you're going to have situations where people test positive, just like you have situations where people catch a cold on a ship or get the norovirus or get any kind of sickness. Some people get injured on the ship. It's just going to happen, whether it's a vaccinated cruise or not. So to make a big deal out of that situation is kind of irrelevant if you ask me. But let's talk about, hold on, I have something for you. Now, I am looking forward to the cruise restart from America, as you all know. And if you don't know, I am an American. And I am hoping for the best when it comes to this situation. Now the video doesn't want to come up. The video does not want to come up. Come on. Let's see. I literally just saw it. All right, I think this is it. All right. Well, anyway, boys and girls, I do want to talk about if segregated cruising could be a thing. And I just don't know, because as you all know, the governor, as a matter of fact, I think I had it on my phone. As you all know, the governor of Florida and Texas have made it a thing. They made it a thing to not ask. They signed into law that you cannot ask someone's vaccination status. They have signed that into law. Now, this places the cruise line in kind of a pickle, if you will, because Carnival, they had announced not too long ago that, hey, we are requiring all vaccinated cruises right now, because that is the recommendation of the CDC, therefore giving us the best chance to restart from America. Same thing with Florida. They had done a big press run. Celebrity in particular had done a big press run saying today is finally here, or tomorrow's finally here. We are going to start cruising in June, all that jazz. Now, as just like every other cruise person, cruise lifer, whatever you want to call us, we're excited. But the governor, Ron DeSantis, and I forgot the Texas governor's name, but they said no. Okay, that's cool, because they initially had sued the CDC. They sued them because Florida is the number one destination for cruising. It's number one in the world, not just the city, Craig, the world. Top flight, number one cruise port destination in the whole world. People were losing money. People were losing their jobs. People were going through all kind of stuff. And then Ryan said, don't fear. We are going to sue. Now, the CDC says, okay, well, here are our recommended guidelines. But then Ron DeSantis says, wait a minute, player. Wait a minute. Now, what you're not going to do. What you're not going to do is ask us or ask the residents of Florida for their vaccination status. And I think that took everybody by surprise, because I guess we all assumed, I mean, who didn't assume that the cruise lines, along with the CDC, will require vaccination status reports? Who didn't know that, or who didn't see that coming? I think most of us with a little bit of common sense could have saw that coming. I know I saw it coming. But I do have something for you because I found the clip. Ladies and gentlemen. So let's get into it. All right. Now, why would I share my own clip? All right, let's get into this clip, y'all. Let me cut this music down. I hope y'all like that music. And here we go.
Outside of the United States, but in Florida, plenty of confusion remains. Governor Ron DeSantis is still at odds with cruise lines over vaccine requirements. CBS Sports' Steve Goldstein has the latest on this controversy. Steve.
Well, Jim, after 15 months, docked cruise ships are set to sail again. But who will be allowed on board? Where will the ships leave from? And how will a legal decision affect all of it? That's at the heart of the cruise controversy here in Florida.
Cruise controversy. That sounds like
are we going to do it out of Florida?
Cruise controversy. That sounds like a pay-per-view by the WWE. Welcome to Cruise Controversy.
Florida, which is the number one place to do it in the world, or are they going to be doing out of the Bahamas or other locations?
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis sued the CDC to permit U.S.-based cruises in the spring. Then last month, the Republican signed an executive order prohibiting businesses from requiring vaccinations, a key CDC recommendation for sailing. DeSantis is levying a $5,000 fine per violation.
Wow.
So one cruise ship could potentially incur millions of dollars in penalties. And on Monday, Texas Governor Greg Abbott followed in Florida's wake, even though Carnival had announced a vaccinated-only cruise from Galveston, Texas, that same day.
No business or government entity can require a person to provide a vaccine passport or any other vaccine information as a condition of receiving any service or entering any place.
Now, okay. Part of me understands this because, and I say part of me understands this because I get it. It's a HIPAA. I think they look at it as a HIPAA violation. You know what I'm saying? People knowing their private information, blasey split. But then my rebuttal to that is you have to prove your vaccination status when you go to school, when you have to sign up to go to certain schools. I know when I started nursing school, I had to prove that I had the flu vaccine and hepatitis vaccine and all that other kind of stuff. So, I mean, it's a pretty slippery slope. What is the HIPAA violation and what is not? So check this out. Wait, hold on.
Before COVID, more than $10 billion in direct spending was generated by the cruise industry in Texas and Florida.
Wow.
Nearly half of the annual
$9 billion. Wow. $9 billion in Florida alone generated from cruising. What a loss they took, right? Texas, 1.6 billion. The U.S. altogether, $25.1 billion from the cruise industry. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to lose, man. It's a lot of money. And this is a capitalist society. You would think they would be trying to start back as soon as possible, you know? And in the defense of the CDC, they're going to say that, well, we're trying to protect people. We're trying to protect people. We don't want what happened on the Diamond Princess to happen again. For those of you who are not familiar, this is when this whole situation, the pandemic, the C word, popped off.
Annual cruise spending in the U.S. Cruise lines are eager to gain some of that money back. Attorney Michael Winkleman represents cruise passengers and staff in legal disputes.
Neither of these governors are members of the CDC. Neither of them operate a cruise line. I think they essentially need to keep out of this and let the CDC and the cruise lines continue to work together so that people can get back to cruising safely.
Now, you know, that makes me wonder, what was the point of doing all that fighting to get the suing of the CDC? What was the actual point? Because if you go so far as to fine somebody $5,000 for asking about a vaccination status, well, what was the point? I know they were smart enough to, I know they did that. Well, excuse me. I know they did not think that the cruise lines and the CDC would not recommend vaccinated cruises to begin with. And regardless of how you feel personally about the vaccines, that was obviously the pathway to restart cruising. Clearly, regardless of how other modes of transportation are doing it, that was the way. That was the way. And we all knew that was going to happen. So why do all that fighting and threatening to sue the CDC and actually go through the litigation process of suing the CDC just to put a fine on the cruise lines for asking for a vaccination status? Now, what I think is going to happen, well, let's finish this before I get into my actual thoughts about what I feel is going to happen.
Now, that lawsuit against the CDC will be decided by a federal judge in Central Florida. The timetable for a ruling is unknown. Meanwhile, a recent Harris poll found 60% of people in support of mandatory vaccines on cruise ships, with only 23% opposed. A ways to go still until this is decided. Jim, Carly?
All right. So there you have it. There you have it. What I feel is going to happen. Is that you are going to have, if they don't work this out, which I just can't see them finding this out too much longer. What I think may happen, and I don't want it to happen, but what I think may happen is that the cruise lines will initiate some sort of volunteering your own status by your own will, not asking for your vaccine status, but they're saying that, well, if you don't prove or show a certain vaccine status, you will have to sail under a different type of protocol versus someone who willingly volunteers their status saying that, hey, I've been vaccinated. Okay, well, you can do this, and this. And then if you're unvaccinated, well, you can only do this, and this. Now, I can't see if that is the case. I just don't understand, nor can I see a willing passenger who is not vaccinated willing to go through that. Like, can you imagine? Like, I think it would be very, very it will be tension like on the ship. All these people who are vaccinated being able to do certain things, and some people who are not vaccinated not being able to do certain things. I just think that is going to cause a whole lot of problems. And I would at least think they would try to avoid that at all costs. I would think that they are trying to avoid that at all costs so everybody can have the best time possible. If I am someone who is not vaccinated but wants to take a cruise but have to go under the certain protocols where I couldn't have the best experience possible, I think I would just rather stay home, or I will go to all-inclusive resort or a place that doesn't require vaccine status to show or prove my vaccine status, whether I got the vaccine or not. I just think that's the most intelligent thing to do, to have a great time. I don't know. I just don't see why anybody would do that, in my opinion. I don't know why anybody will want to take the time to spend their money to pay for the flight if you don't live in the state where the cruise is taking off, to say, hey, I'm not vaccinated. All right, well, you can't eat in this place. You can't go to this place. You can't do this activity. You can't do that. You can only do certain amount of things. And just to have the whole cruise segregated, I think you are asking for trouble. I don't see that going well. Now, I don't know what they're going to do. As far as I know, no one has made an announcement stating that, well, the cruise lines are going to get a certain pass saying that, well, they can't require vaccinations statements, or they can't ask for vaccination status and everything like that. Nobody has made any type of announcement that I know of. And if they have, please let me know. But I just don't see that being a good thing. Don't see it being a good thing. And I just figure that if I was going to ever take a cruise, that I would do it in a way that it would be the most pleasurable. And I just can't see that happening. Now, there's always the idea of having unvaccinated cruises, 100% unvaccinated, and then 100% vaccinated. That also sounds like a headache within itself. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. I've never ran a cruise, but I would think that would be kind of a headache. What do you think? What do y'all think? I don't know. Can you see the cruise line saying, okay, well, this cruise is unvaccinated, 100% unvaccinated. That way we have to wear masks on the deck, and we have to wear a mask everywhere we go, and all this kind of stuff. Then you have to have organized, you have to have chaperone organized excursions and all that stuff. You have to only do cruise line approved excursions versus going off and doing your own thing, because I believe off in the Bahamas right now, since it is an all vaccinated cruise, people are allowed to do their own thing. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I am not the cruise news guy. I just give you my reactions to what I hear. So let me know if that's the case or not. But I believe that is the case. And now we, myself and Didi, plan to go on a cruise in less than 30 days, actually. And we were waiting around to see what's going to happen. Now, with the whole celebrity cruise line, the whole 2 people testing positive for COVID, we're not really worried about that. Actually, we're not worried about it at all. Not one bit. That didn't affect us nor our decision in any way to cruise or not. And some people have been saying that, well, I don't want to be the test dummy. Well, clearly, you've been the test dummy for a lot of other things in life that you may or may not be aware of. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. You've probably been a test dummy for a lot of things you may or may not be aware of. And if I am going to take because we've gotten our vaccine shots. So if I'm going to take this vaccine shot, I'm going to go live my best life. I'm going to go do it. Why wouldn't I do it? It will be dumb not to. So I don't know, boys and girls. Let me know how you feel about the whole situation. Let me know how you feel about the whole situation. I am so looking forward to getting back on a cruise ship. Cruising is probably my favorite thing to do. Besides getting on YouTube and talking to people. It's definitely probably my favorite thing to do. So let me know how you guys feel. Leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell. I think segregated cruising is a horrible idea. I really do. I think it's one of the worst ideas they could ever come up with. I understand people are eager to get back on the ship. I really do. I get it. But just to go on a cruise, just to go and not even enjoy it to the fullest and not even have a good time, that's an awful idea, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. I think that's a terrible idea. I don't think I will have a good time. I don't know. Would you have a good time? Let me know. I don't think I will have a good time on the cruise ship at all. Not one bit. But the cruises are back, boys and girls. And I don't think since those two outbreaks happened, let me stop. It's not even an outbreak. 2 people tested positive and they were asymptomatic. And I don't think that's going to stop anything. I really don't. And I think the media should be a little bit sympathetic because they should not blow this whole thing out of proportion. But I get it. Creating fear creates controversy and all that good stuff. So I understand it from that aspect. That doesn't mean it's right. I am excited for the people who are getting aboard the Adventures of the Seas on Royal Caribbean today. I'm very happy for you. I'll be watching because once that cruise ship sails and comes back, then you better believe we're going to be booking out the Bahamas. And for a minute, we actually thought about booking from the United States, but I just figured, nah. It's gonna be it's too much going on right now. Nobody knows what they're doing at this point. So we're gonna be selling out the Bahamas because nobody has any idea what's going on. No, they don't know. So I'm just like, all right, well, let's just go out the Bahamas. We're gonna fly from Michigan to Florida. Stay in Florida for a day and then fly down to the Bahamas. And just have a good time. Just have a good time. Enjoy it to the best of our abilities. I am so looking forward to getting back on a cruise ship. Like, y'all have no idea. I'm getting my new camera tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, next week. My bad. I'm getting my new camera next week. So y'all know the vlogs is going to be lit. Traveling Heartbeat merchandise is coming real soon, so that's gonna be lit. Y'all, I'm about to step the vlog game all the way up, y'all. When I get this new camera, it's finna be popping. I got a droid, like a droid, the drone. I got a drone. Shout out to Teddy. He gave me a drone. That's gonna be dope. I'm gonna have to look up the rules and regulations about taking the drone on the ship and see what the deal is about that. But it's gonna be dope. The Traveling Heartbeat will be on a cruise ship in less than 30 days if all goes well. If all goes well. I will be watching the vloggers as they take off on their cruise ships adventures today. I'm not jealous. I'm not. Can y'all see it? I'm not jealous. I'm happy that it's happening. And honestly, it would probably be us if I wasn't locked in my contract. Because by the time, well, not locked in, but, with my job, I'm a travel nurse, so I have a contract. And in my days, in my contract, I have certain days. So I have a week off every month to go on a vacation. Now, June, our vacation days was the 15th through the 22nd, but I decided to actually go back to work, stack up a little bit more paper because cruising is coming back. And when we cruise, we're going to do it very nice and work hard and do that. But we are cruising July 10th through the 17th. So with cruising coming back, I don't know if I'm going to renew my contract. I might just be per diem. So that way I can go on a cruise and don't have to ask anybody from my job or let them know. I can just go. We'll be off with no issues. So it should be a good deal. I'm very excited. Very, very excited. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that is all for today. I really have nothing more to say about that situation. Didi and I will be making some more videos soon. Be looking out for the Cancun vlogs that are coming very soon. That will be coming next week. We finished up our Dominican Republic vlogs. Those were dope. Appreciate y'all. We are almost at 200 subscribers. So if you could be a dow, hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. Y'all, when I say the cruise vlogs are going to be lit, they are going to be lit. New camera coming, got new waterproof camera that's coming. They are going to be lit, y'all. Oh, and don't forget Cancun Dreams, the group trip, November 4th through the 8th. Hit us up. It's going to be fire. You should be there. You should be there. It's going to be very dope. But I believe that is all for now. I got to get some sleep because I had to work tonight. But anyway, I will holler at y'all later. Have a good day. Peace.